So welcome to another edition of Greg Bickley TV, and we're joined in Bendigo today by Minister Mary Wooldridge with a fantastic announcement about the expansion of the Good Sports program. Can you tell us about it?
Yes, well, $200,000 for Good Sports to work with clubs across regional Victoria, but announcing here at the South Bendigo Football Netball Club to work on the issue of ice. We know it's very concerning, its use, it's having a dramatic impact on young people, families and the community as a whole. So through Good Sports and the sporting clubs in this community and beyond, we can actually educate young people about the dangers of taking ice, but also where to go to get treatment and support, and work with the volunteers in clubs so that they're equipped to help young people.
Now, there's a review that the Napthine government has undertaken over many months, talking to people across the state about ice, and it's a huge problem. I know out door knocking in one particular residential street, there were 3 families that had been torn apart by ice. It is a terrible problem, and we're taking some really practical steps to combat it.
We are, because it is a real problem. It's an illegal drug, it's highly addictive, and it causes some young people to behave in ways that can be dangerous to themselves, their families and the community as a whole. So we're doing a number of things. We're working to educate young people so that they know that it's dangerous to take and they shouldn't do it, to make good decisions about not taking illegal drugs. We're also working to bust the labs that are producing ice and also stop it at our borders, but we're also expanding treatment. So if people need support to deal with their ice addiction, they can access treatment in the local community for people who now know how to deal with the particular issues that ice use presents.
Well, it's great to see a real determination to tackle the problem, and in regional areas like Bendigo, it is prevalent and it is a big concern. So it's great to have you here today for this great announcement, and thanks very much for talking to us.
Great to be with you again, Greg. You're doing a fantastic job in this community and a great advocate.
Thank you. I'm here with Rick Townsend, who's the president of the South Bendigo Football Netball Club. Rick, why is this announcement for the Good Sports program expansion great for the club?
Oh, it's really good, in fact, because as a club we see it important to be a good sports club, not only for our players but the whole community, volunteers, supporters, and any area that we can improve as a club is good for everyone. But also what's important is to have the resources to help us in that area as well. It's a club full of volunteers, and when we come across some issues where some of our players might be struggling in some areas, if we have the resources to help, that's fantastic.
Yeah, and it's great to have that mentoring for young people coming up through the club, and to have those programs in place. And you mentioned that you've reached level 3 attainment now, and it's important for, I suppose, the future development of the club as well.
It is, and it's all about building the right culture and values for the footy club as well, and making it a welcoming club for people to come to, and also a strong environment for our juniors to come through into senior football. So we're really focused on that and being a good sports club for that reason.
We're joined now by Paul Byrne, Chairman of the Bendigo Football Netball League. Paul, what does this announcement mean today?
Oh, it's great news, isn't it, for regional sporting clubs and the regional sporting community. As we all know, that the footy and the netball club in a lot of cases is the hub of the local community. It's where the young people come together to pursue their sporting excellence. But we just know that volunteers involved in running these clubs are faced with challenges all the time. And this announcement here today just highlights the many challenges that we do face, and how good is it that we've got a resource to go to.
Yeah, and the Good Sports program started in Bendigo. I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, I try and say at every indication that let's be the leaders in what we do, and I just really think that we're really blessed. We've got some great leaders, and Rick Townsend here, of course, from South Bendigo, hosting today. All our club presidents and the people of Bendigo, we really do take a lead in a lot of community issues. I didn't know that myself, but it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, Bendigo's always been a leader in a lot of things around the state and in the country, but the Good Sports program was tackling issues around alcohol consumption in sporting clubs, and I think there's been some real inroads made into that. Paul Hamilton, Regional General Manager of AFL Central Vic. Great announcement today, extension of the Good Sports program.
It's terrific, Greg. It's something that's really well needed. It's our sports club have great responsibilities, and I know they're very keen to improve themselves and improve the people within them. So something like this, that tackles a problem that's out there in society, and certainly if it's in society, it's going to be in sports clubs. the ability to assist clubs in tackling this problem is terrific.
And it's not just about footy and netball. I mean, it's true across the whole of society at the moment with the ice epidemic. It's infiltrated every corner of our society, and I suppose it's to have these sorts of tools to expand the good sports program really gives the clubs the tools they need to help combat this.
Absolutely, it is a society problem. One of the great things about sports clubs is that you can show leadership in them, that you can make a difference, you can make connections at the sports clubs. So you can run a series of programs at sports clubs and they're educational and they can make a difference.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in a small community north of here, and back in the drought years, the footy and netball on the weekend was the glue that held those small country towns together. So it's really important that we can work with the clubs, and particularly in Bendigo as a big regional centre where there is a problem with ice, and it's critical that those clubs have that ability to work with their playing group, with their volunteers and their wider community to make a difference.
Absolutely. If there's any opportunity, any chance to find leadership within the community to tackle the big issues, and this is a big issue, is really welcomed, and certainly welcomed by AFL Central Vic.
Great to talk to you, and thanks for being here today.
Thanks, Greg.